Welcome to Module 12. This week we'll be focusing on legal and ethical issues with educational technology. So looking at the course module pages, starting with the overview, you'll see, again, we're going to delineate a specific amount of time and energy on finding some of the various legal and ethical issues that surround educational technology in our society today, and having a good description of them, as well as looking at the pros and cons and perhaps how to deal best with them. There are many, and we're just going to look at three of them primarily. And the three that we're going to look at are copyright, fair use, and Creative Commons. I have already done some things with that in the past number of modules of this course, because I think it is critical that you understand the legal ramifications of copyright. That is a federal law, and despite what it is representing today, it is rarely followed. But you, as an educator, need to not only legally but ethically understand and abide by the criteria, despite the general copy and paste nature of our society today. So that's one. Another one is cyberbullying, which many of you, again, have already been exposed to in another chapter, and some of you have already actually discussed it. And then thirdly is information privacy. This one also is making a pretty attentive comeback in terms of who's watching you, what do they know about you, and how do we deal with that in our educational world, especially for children. So those are the three that we're going to focus on in this module. And as we go through the pages here, you'll see that there is a document that is related to each one of them. So for the copyright one, there is a little embedded slideshow that has some information, some questions, some links, etc. There's 11 pages here, so make sure that you go through each of the pages. You can access it down here. You can also access the pages up here. Okay. Next is a little bit on cyberbullying. I kind of took a different stance on this one. This also is an embedded slideshow, but it has some movies, and it has a little project to think about. You don't really have to do it, but just to kind of think about it. And then last but not least is a page on privacy issues, where there's a number of different videos to watch and consider as you think about information privacy. So those are the three legal and ethical issues that I've opted for. Again, many more out there. Another chance at seeing what the optional activities are. And then your to-do for this week is to do our last discussion topic. Please remember that the discussion topics are meant to be academic writing. It means that you need to do some research. You need to use in-text citations as you quote information that you have found from somewhere. Please do not use this as an example of reflective writing that's designed to do in your blogs. So don't do your opinion. I mean, sometimes you can work your opinion into it, but that's not the focus of this. The focus is to provide documented information and use resources, and then provide those comments to at least two of your classmates' responses. Also, remember that when you do any discussion topic, it needs to be submitted for your initial post to avoid any late point deductions on the Saturday night, which in this case is April 1st. And then you have till Sunday night to make comments to others. If you would like to choose another legal or ethical issue other than these, I can see my dates are still on fall, so I'll change that. But you may certainly contact me and request to review and critique and research another legal ethical issue. Just make sure that you get permission from me. And I will ask that you do that no later than, like, say, Thursday, which would be March 30th. And I'll correct that in the post here. Okay, and then last but not least, oh, that is last. Okay, so that's all we have for this week, and then we'll move to Module 13, which will be a fairly big project. So if you do have extra time this week, move on to 13.